Good evening, everyone. I'm not sure you're going to get the full trip down memory lane that you expect, but I'll try to summarise and throw back to a couple of things. I think the great thing about coming to college is that obviously it's completely different for every person. It's completely unique. That's one of the beauties about coming to UCD and about coming to study here. And we all obviously did lots of different things in college, be it the dram soc, or maybe it was playing the sports society, or spending hours and hours playing pool in the trap, or at the UCD bar. But everyone's experience is obviously different. Everyone's memories are different. And I was trying to think about my own in the last kind of week or two. And I was saying to some of my former classmates earlier on here is that my memories are always, contain the word should have. I always think, well, maybe I should have spent more time in the bar. And I say, oh, maybe I should have spent more time in the trap, or maybe I should have spent more time in the library, or I don't know, I should have spent more time in the bar. And it's always, I look back on a time of great nostalgia. Obviously, to 1998, when we left, it was certainly a different Ireland. Offaly were the hurling All-Ireland champions. The planning tribunal had just started, and Bertie was leading the country, and two seminal Irish acts, Bewitched and Boyzone, launched their first albums in this year. So those were the good old days. But obviously, as you can see, as we're here, so much has changed in UCD from our time here. And I think everyone is probably in their conversations tonight talking about how completely different the campus is. And we were having a conversation earlier on, reminiscing about the facilities that we enjoyed at the time and going. I remember walking over with my mini disc man, heading over to the computer laboratory. Obviously, computers were so high tech at that stage that they actually had to put them in a laboratory. They were so complex. And I remember spending hours and hours trying to learn Visual Basic with not much success, and never thinking, well, these computers probably won't catch on anyway, so I should be safe enough. Though I think when the same year we left, two guys decided to come up with a company called Google, who thought we might need a product that we might need. But yeah, as Maeve said, there's a lot of changes here in UCD, and some obviously Maeve has talked about. I think one of the changes, particularly in demographic, obviously international students, now 20% of the college. I can remember when there was an international student, it was like seeing a unicorn in college. I think it was about 1% of the population at the time, and they thought they were so great with their laptops and their asking questions in lectures and things like that. But where are they now? They're not here. But the other demographic change actually as well, as I found out, is that it was certainly the BComm was, it's now apparently 50-50 in terms of demographics, men and women, which I think back in our day was 75 men, 25% women, which would explain quite a lot actually from my memory in that time. One of the other changes I think with UCD and certainly from our change, we're the BComm, whereas it's put here in very BComm and BComm International in big bold letters, just in case you forgot. But now obviously it's the business school, and since I've left college and obviously maybe kind of thinking more a little bit about what's UCD like now. I think when I was thinking of going to college, it was, do you go to Trinity, or do you go to UCD or UCC or UCG? That was kind of the entire scope of my ambition. Whereas now, obviously the business school, as it's been positioned, the Quinn Business School competes in a completely different arena. It's now competing in an international arena, and I'm sure you're all kind of even cursorily aware of the business school rankings and the school rankings that didn't exist when we were in college. So students obviously have a lot more choice, and it's something that I think I've taken a little bit more interest in, and I was interested to read the kind of challenges that the university faces. 10 years ago, the university had a budget of around 400 million. I bet the government gave nearly 40% of that. Now, for some reason, has a budget of 380 million, and the government gives 15% of it. So, for a university that's trying to compete on a global stage, that's harder and harder, trying to get students from international students who have a lot of choice. And I think we're all back here in UCD because we have somewhere an affinity, some sort of affection for the place. And we're interested to see what the college is like now. And it's great to see, obviously, the changes that have been here. But it's also good to engage and to maybe think about staying involved or being involved in the college in the future. And you never know. Your next of kin might be here at some stage. So it's worth keeping in touch. And events like these are great to do that. So I think we're all delighted to be here and looking forward to the night.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.